Before the video starts, please check out the links in the description.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Brown, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This one's a little bit difficult for me, but I'm going to try to get through it because I think it's important. I've been talking about conflict with a sociopath, and when it involves children, or when there's children in the relationship, it can be of risk to them as well. So that's what I've been talking about. Peter's abuse was very subtle, even very quiet. It was very hard for me to recognize, much less anyone else, or to have to prove it when we were going through years of custody battles. He was also very quiet when he was inflicting any physical abuse on me. He would hold me down on the floor or hold me up against a wall, and he would literally whisper very degrading things this close to my face. Things like, "You disgust me," you're a terrible wife, you don't know how to be a wife, no one could ever tolerate what I do in you, you leave a terrible taste in my mouth. And this one is the most significant statement: "You will submit to me." And even saying it now, free from him, I can feel involuntary responses, emotional responses in my body. He was big on that word, submission. And so anyway, that was one of his typical phrases. So he's quietly saying these things while holding me down, which is affecting my airwaves, holding me down or against the wall, pressing on me. I'm trying to get up or away. I'm affected by what he's saying, so my heart is beating very fast. I'm out of breath. I'm scared because it affects my airwaves, but I'm trying to submit to him. So trying to do all these things, be all these things while trying to get free so I can catch my breath. And he's calm throughout all of this. And so that was a typical scenario for us. And I would tolerate it. I would absorb these messages that he was saying to me, actually, even though I was a professional and, went to work every day. But there was one incident where I did call the police after I was one of these physical incidents that I described in a previous video. Calling the police in our marriage or ever saying that he was an abusive man was just number one most off-limit subject or action in our home, marriage, whatever you want to call it. So this was a very, very big deal that I called the police in this situation. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you from my book where my children became involved in our conflict. Peter desperately told our daughter that it was up to her to prevent her dad from going to jail. He told her exactly what to say. When the police arrived, they separated us. I was taken outside into the dark. Peter stayed inside with our daughter. The police did not see any bruises. They developed later on my arms, legs, and neck. And how could the police see anything without light? And my daughter did as Peter instructed, so he was only sent to a hotel for the evening. The next day I called him and apologized, begging him for forgiveness. I felt that I was the one who was wrong because I was emotionally out of control. This is embarrassing, but my response is typical of long-term abuse. He agreed to come home under the condition of my complete submission to him. He also said, "If you ever call the police again, I will take your children, all the money, the house, and it will be very easy to do considering your mental illness." Well, I was on my best behavior after that. And I'm going to leave you with this, just one example of this submission he always expected of me. Now, I was the breadwinner in the home, and I'm going to talk about financial abuse later, but he said that there had been problems with me in my current job, and I should have quit, even if it meant that we were all homeless. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you find my videos helpful. Thanks.